My name's James Mellon. I'm an accountant at Barnsdale James Chartered Accountants at North Sydney. I studied a Bachelor of Economics majoring in International Finance and Trade and a Bachelor of Commerce majoring in Accounting. I'm really interested in business and I love to see how businesses operate and how companies make money. That's what I wanted to do with my life.
My name is Sylvia Choi. I'm a Senior Accountant at ESV Chartered Accountants in the Business Services Division. I studied accounting and finance at the University of Sydney because I knew that with a commerce degree and a major in accounting, it would open doors to a lot of job opportunities. I graduated in 2005 and I started the graduate program with WHK Horwath, a mid-tier accounting firm. After a year, I started the Chartered Accountants program. I later decided to move to ESV Chartered Accountants. I mainly work on high net worth individuals to medium to large corporate groups.
I took a graduate job at Deloitte, which is a large chartered accounting firm, what they call Big Four. In the June of that year, I started my chartered accountant's qualification. 2 years after that, I moved to a smaller chartered accounting firm. A little bit more interesting, you really get kind of more hands-on into your clients.
Working in public practice is really good because each day I'm exposed to different issues. I also enjoy meeting and servicing a variety of interesting clients.
A good example of a business I thought you'd be interested in is Manly Surf School. It's a great business, obviously surf and sand. What a place to have a company. When you're analysing a business, the best way to look at it is in terms of the financial statements.
You can use financial statements to actually determine a company's financial performance, position and liquidity.
Financial statements are made up of three key components: a statement of financial performance, or a profit and loss statement, a statement of financial position, or a balance sheet, and a statement of cash flows. Now, they call it the statement of financial performance because you're measuring your performance. How much money you've made in a year, how you've done in 1 year.
Mainly referred to as an income statement, it shows the company's income and expenses.
For Manly Surf School, the income you'd expect to see, people pay them money to learn how to surf. And then you have your expenses, things like staff costs and telephone and marketing expenses, say website, all the things that you have to buy or pay for in order to be able to provide that service.
Income for a property development company would include actual sales of those properties. It can also include rental income from actually leasing the properties. Expenses for a property development company includes marketing costs, which is actually trying to sell those properties. It also includes administration costs for actually running of the company. For example, salaries and wages paid out to employees.
In the balance sheet, or the statement of financial position, you'll see assets and liabilities. Assets are the things they use to make money in the business, so the surfboards they rent out to teach people to surf. And the liabilities would be the bank loan they get to buy the surfboards in the first place.
So an asset is money or a valuable held by the company. For a property development company, it would include cash or any land or properties held for development and resale, or any equipment used to actually build those properties. A liability is a financial obligation or debt owned by the company. For a property development company, it would generally be borrowings, actual loans taken out to actually build the properties and purchase the land.
Assets are what they use to make money in the business, and liabilities are the things that they owe other people or the things they have to pay out in order to make that money. The other thing we'd be looking for within the balance sheet would be the owner's equity. Now, the owner's equity is the owner's interest in the business, and it actually works out that assets minus liabilities equals owner's equity. Now that we know what the different elements of financial statements are, let's talk about how we can use them. So financial statements give you a snapshot of your business at a point in time, so you can make savvy business decisions based on the information you have. Looking at the profit and loss statement, you always want to have more income than you have expenses. You want more money coming in than you have going out. That's profit, and that's what business is all about. For example, if Manly Surf School found that it had more expenses than it had income, it'd want to look at cutting back on some things. So maybe cutting some staff, or spending less on its phone calls, or going out and trying to get more customers to boost its income.
A good financial position will be when they have more income than expenses. In this situation, I would advise the property development company to use their excess cash to invest in more land and build more properties to actually get that constant cash flow.
Obviously, when it comes to your financial performance or your balance sheet, you always want to have a surplus of assets over your liabilities. So you want more things that you can make money on rather than things you have to spend money on.
A poor financial position of a property development company will be when their liabilities significantly outweigh their assets. In this scenario, I might advise my client to actually sell their assets or investments to reduce their liabilities.
If when we look at the statement of financial position and they have many more assets than they have liabilities, they may look at expanding their business and moving to an area, say Byron Bay, for example.
I'm not too sure what my long-term career aspiration is yet, but I know that with my Chartered Accountant's qualification, I have a lot of opportunities and flexibility.
My ultimate goal has always been to run my own business. And that's why I studied the Chartered Accountants program, because it gives me the tools to ultimately achieve my goal.